Ever looked in the mirror and thought, I'd make a damn fine drag king? Welcome to Kings of Joy, the Drag King podcast where gender isn't something to fear, it's something to play with. I'm Danica Lani, the King Coach, mentor to over 150 first-time drag kings, and I'm taking you backstage into the unruly, magical world of drag king transformation. If you're craving confidence, community, and a crew that gets it, you just found your crown. Connect with us on Instagram at Kings of Joy for behind-the-scenes content and updates. We'd love to hear from you.
I now look back through my life and actually there was a lot of telltale signs
Yes.
that I didn't know what that meant. I had always wanted to be in that. I'd seen it and I was like, oh, I just hope one day I make it to be in that. And then you invited me and I was like, oh, yes. I was so excited. We all got together and it was just like, oh, this beautiful community that just welcomes everyone in. Like, everybody cares about each other. Everybody wants to support one another. And it was just amazing.
At Kings of Joy, we acknowledge and pay our respects to the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land on which we live, work and play. In this episode, I had the privilege of speaking with Charlie Ackerbareback. Charlie has always had one boot in the world of theatre and the other kicking up dust on stage. They know their way around a stage inside and out, whether it's devising wild new performances, building sets, or whipping up costumes and makeup that bring characters to life. Now stepping into their role as a Kings of Joy producer, Charlie is here to help grow a drag king scene built on community, connection, and joy. Welcome, Charlie.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy, partner.
Yeah. I can bear back.
Let's go.
Yes. Welcome to the Kings of Joy podcast show.
Thank you for having me.
What a pleasure.
It's so exciting.
I know.
How are you doing?
I'm doing so well.
Yeah, you excited?
I'm so happy.
Yeah?
I'm just so happy. You know, speaking to Kings of Joy, you know, I wake up thinking about drag kings and I go to sleep thinking about drag kings.
And you dream about drag
And I
kings.
dream about drag kings. The King Coach for a reason, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, so welcome. I wanted to start with your story, your origin story of why did you even get into drag kinging? Like, how did this even happen? What drew you?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I had to wreck my brain a little bit because I feel like the depths of COVID and the mists of time. But the accent obviously gives it away. I'm originally from London.
Yeah.
And I have a theatre background, owned a theatre company for like 2 years, which was super exciting. And then I always wanted to travel. So I ended up traveling around, came to Australia, fell in love and stayed here.
Amazing.
Fell in love with the country. It was this deal. I think it was within 2 weeks I called my mum, like, I'm not coming back. And she always knew that would happen. So I was like, I was searching for you know, a theatre space and I couldn't really find where I kind of fit in. And then just through some like friends, I went to a drag show in Surrey Hills and I was like, this is cool. This is really fun. Like, just so creative and like alter ego and play. And I was like, I can do that. Like, I want to do that. And
yes.
I feel like I would be good at this. And I was chatting away to a few people there that night and they were like, you need to meet Danica. And I was like, okay, who is this Danica that you speak of? And there you were, you know, you just appeared out of mist, you know, it was a real moment.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, right, go over, have a little chat. You gave me your email and I was like, brilliant. All right. I emailed you and then bam, lockdown happened. So that went out the window for a little bit. But then I think I'm trying to think. I feel like I watched, like, there was a lockdown video. There was a live
a Quiz
or something.
of Joy. There was a Quiz of Joy show that we had that was online. And that was the show that connected us more closely to Lucretia and all the queer refugees who'd fled Uganda and living in Kakuma, Kenya,
oh my goodness.
Block 13. So round about that time, like, they came onto the online show. Yeah. It just made the world rounder. You know, when
yeah.
you connect people, and someone from Pakistan had bought a ticket, someone
My
from,
goodness.
you know, people from the US and the UK.
Yeah.
You know, there were people all around who buying tickets to come and watch Quiz of Joy, which of course is the show that my spouse Chris founded and platforms trans and gender diverse artists. But alongside that has been the Kings of Joy.
Yes.
Right, program. So, and we've had groups of first-time drag kings at every show for the last 5 years.
Yes. So I watched that live one, I remember, and I was like, oh, yes, I remember this. I need to get involved. And then I think I really had to build myself up because there was a lot of imposter syndrome. Like, you know, can I perform anymore like I used to perform? Was I actually that good? Maybe I wasn't that good, you know, and it really got to me. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I remember I was in Melbourne at the time and I joined the Zoom. Yeah. And I was just so excited, and then we all got together, and it was just like, oh, this beautiful community that just welcomes everyone in. Like everybody cares about each other, everybody wants to support one another, and it was just amazing. And yeah, that's how it began. Yeah,
so good.
It was so good,
so good. And out of that, Bareback was born.
Yeah.
Tell us about who is Bareback.
So at one point I was really coming up with this character, and I was like, you know, like wanted to be like this cowboy and, you know, a bit of a lone wolf kind of vibe, and I wanted to have a pun in my name, although my partner recently I was explaining Bareback the name, and she was like, oh, I've just got it. And I was like, it's been 3 years. We've literally been doing drag together. And it only just kind of fit together. And she's like, oh, okay. But I remember like I was fleshing out the character, and then I just had this moment where I was like, this is my dad. And there was like lots of elements of my dad. He's very like, he's a biker and he's quite a lone wolf kind of vibe. And I'd really kind of used that and made it gay, like, and yeah, so I was like, okay, this is what was this, a daddy issue? I don't know, but we're exploring it. Yeah. So that's so I loved I really wanted to play with like playfulness of this masc, but then turning slightly femme in moments, and that's it. Yeah, it was a way for me to express different parts of myself. And I think that's the great thing about drag, is that you can really start to pull things out that you haven't explored within yourself, and then do it on stage in front of everyone. But I actually had loads of different names. I was like, oh, because you often say, you know, pull something out of your past, right? You know, something about your heritage, and obviously being British, I was like, oh, you know, maybe I should do like a 007. And I was like, oh, it was like, instead of James Bond, like James Bonk. And it was like 00 Heaven kind of vibe. And I was like, oh, I feel like I'm holding myself in a bit of a box in that one. I was like, I thought about, you know, Tom of Finland.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I could be Tom of Fineland. So I was like, oh, that could be. And then, but Bareback just kept coming back, and I was like, yes, I loved the rough and readiness of a cowboy, but then this like sexually fluidity and like secret femininity that he would explore, which is actually now it's 3 years of doing drag, it's actually gone a lot more feminine. And also since I've transitioned, a lot more feminine as well, which is wild, because before, when I was presenting femme, it was I hated being too feminine, like every now and then, but not often. Whereas now I love to play with that more now, and it's like there's like this weird, like, giving myself permission to step into those different roles and expressions. Yeah. That is beautiful. I mean, that's liberation right there. Yes. Isn't it? It's so liberating. Liberation through drag. Yeah. So, but it did spark a couple of journeys for you. One being the gender journey, which, you know, share it with us if you would, about the gender journey that opened up for you after Kings of Joy. Yeah, I hadn't really I think my circles were quite small. So when I lived in the UK, I didn't have many gay or queer friends. If I did, it was actually gay men.
Yes.
And I was always like, "Oh, I'm a gay man in a woman's body." That's
Right.
that was like the joke that I'd always say, because I was quite, I don't know, a little bit like campy. But I guess that's also the only thing I really knew. I didn't really have lesbian friends or queer friends. When I came to Australia, everyone I knew was straight mostly, apart from a few. And then when I stepped into the King space, it was this whole new world, like people from all different backgrounds and different like queerness, like real authentic queerness. And it really just, I was like, oh, there's so much more to discover. And then I think the real aha moment was binding. I remember being on stage and my chest being bound, and I felt free.
Yes.
And it was confronting in a way. And then I suddenly that's when things started to really like, oh, okay, something's different. And I now look back through my life, and actually there was a lot of telltale signs that I just didn't know what that meant. Like I always found that I felt really masculine as a kid, and I had a blood transfusion when I was a baby. I almost died. Thanks, Mum, for noticing I was turning blue.
Right.
And I always used to say, like, oh, the person that I got the blood from must have been a man, because I feel very masculine. And I said that to my partner, a while ago, and she was like, wow, that was probably a moment, but the awareness wasn't there. And then there's, just in things that I used to feel comfortable in wearing and how I used to like express myself. And I was always kind of more masculine in most ways, and felt very strong. And and so a lot of things started to kind of open up in my mind. And then that's when I started to just in small groups, say, oh, could I try different pronouns? And, then I started like thinking, oh, maybe I'd like to play with names. And, my family were great about it. Like most friends were pretty good.
Yep.
But always the King space was just, it was like, yeah, cool, amazing, great. And like, let's go. Yes. And like, it's never a big deal, it's like, yeah, amazing, let's celebrate that. And that has been consistently my journey. Now, I had top surgery, I'm on testosterone, my voice is much lower than it used to be, and everyone's just like, oh my gosh, look, you're amazing, I'm so proud of you, and you're so beautiful, you're so handsome. And it's so like you just your biggest cheerleaders, right? And it's your safe space.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember we did a version of one of the routines called Bye, Bye, Bye. And this routine was a routine that I'd created with and for my spouse, Chris, when they did their top surgery fundraiser.
Yes.
So it was a very special, meaningful rendition of a boy band, total boy band genre, NSYNC, Bye Bye Bye, but it was a story, a narrative about saying goodbye to the boobies.
Yes,
and it's an epic, spectacular routine, and then we continued doing that routine for a while, and then we had a trans masc version of it where we invited the trans masc, and non-binary people in Kings of Joy to perform it at a drag kingdom. What was that like for you?
I had always wanted to be in that. I'd seen it and I was like, oh, I just hope one day I make it to be in that. And then you invited me and I was like, oh yes. I was so excited. And it was it felt amazing because I was, in this body that I loved, and I got to show it off and be part of that, like, and it meant something, like the words, like the bye 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 part, and the balloons with the breaking the balloons and the water coming out as if like it's your breasts, and it was it is liberating. Like it was like this celebration as well. You know, like I feel like as trans mascs, we really celebrate that we are trans. I feel like it's this, we're kind of proud of that journey. Like I had the option of having a revision on my chest, which meant that they would take away the scars. And I decided not to, because I was like, I love my scars.
Right.
And I love that, like, you know, on stage when I rip my shirt off, like, which I always consistently do. Good. Because I'm very proud of this chest that I've paid a lot of money for.
Exactly.
It's expensive. So I'm like, yes, show off the scars. Like, and then, you know, to do that on stage with other trans masks, it's that beautiful moment. And when you're with your people, like, it was so good. I honestly, thank you so much for inviting me to that. My God, I was so happy.
What a joy that was to see so many expensive chests lined up together.
It's a lot of money on that stage.
that was like one hell of a show. Yeah, so good. Amazing. And so what else has opened up for you, you know, in doing, I know you also have done like duos with your partner, which has been amazing.
That was so good. So, we were both cowboys, and when I realized that Danny was a cowboy in drag, I was like, oh no, we can't have two cowboys in one group. Like maybe I should change it.
Yeah.
Which I'm now really glad I didn't, because it was a real like Brokeback Mountain kind of, you know, it really was. It just as it kind of, you know, transcended. And we actually became Bear Mac Mountain. That was our duo. Yes. And I feel like it went down very well with the queer community.
We loved it. Oh my God, super fans. Absolutely.
It was so good. So yeah, we after performing our group, we got asked by the bear community, which was interesting because we were like, oh, okay, bears asking, you know, queer femme folk, because I was still presenting as femme at that point.
Yes.
To be drag kings it was great, and they loved it. They loved it. And I remember this one bear coming up to me afterwards and was like, I know so many boys like you, like because of my character.
Oh my God.
And he was just like, yes, you remind me of many a man that I have met. And I was like, I feel like this is maybe a compliment. I don't know.
Absolutely.
But it was so much fun. And we got asked to do a 30th birthday, which was really cool. We did. We've done a few. Unfortunately, my partner does have a chronic health condition, so she's had to take a bit of a backseat on the performing. But literally, my biggest like cheerleader comes to every show and is like, you can if you ever watch a recording of any performance I'm in, she's the banshee screaming. Yes. Every time you can hear, you're like, oh yeah, there she is.
Love her. She's an absolute legend.
Absolute angel. And I know that, you know, we came to see your partner Chris do comedy last night with a bunch of new comedians, and it was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, so fun.
If anyone gets a chance to see Chris doing comedy, please do. Yes. They are incredible.
Yes.
Like as my mum said, this is what they're meant to be doing. You know, this is their calling, and it was so beautiful. I was like, go on, mum.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, look up the trans comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Danny was, you know, saying that. Oh gosh, I completely lost what I was saying. So she was. That was it. So there was a lot of kings there, and she was saying like, it's so amazing that, you know, whenever we go to anywhere where there's kings, she instantly feels like safe and comfortable and welcome, and it's so, and that is, you know, Kings of Joy, 100%. But I know that she's keen to get back into drag as well. I think going back to shows and stuff, seeing it. So there might be Bear Mac Mountain on the horizon.
Yes.
Coming back. Yes. Stay tuned.
I am so tuned to that. I can't wait. Amazing. So awesome. Good. And so, you know, there's some aspiring drag kings who are listening today.
Yes.
And what would you say to an aspiring drag king?
Do it. Just do it. To quote Nike, just do it. Like, honestly, oh my goodness. It has changed. It's changed my life. And I think in so many ways as well, because I think the world is really hard. It's a hard world right now. It's scary. It's lonely. I think it's really hard for people to find meaning, connection, community. And honestly, being a drag king gives you that. Like, it really does. I think you have created this space where people have their people, and it's so beautiful to watch. And when everyone comes together, so you're not just getting on stage and dressing up and performing, like, that's amazing. Yes, like 100, even just if it's that, it would be great. But it's actually everything else. It's the support, it's the community, it's the love, it's the unconditional, like, if someone needs something, all the kings are there. The kings have your back. Like, it's amazing. It's great. And so if you've got the itch, or if you just want to even try it, like,
dip your toe in.
It. Just go on, jump in.
Yeah.
It's so, like, it's changed my life, and I wouldn't be the person I am today. I genuinely believe that as well. I think my life would look very, very different.
Yes.
If I hadn't have joined Kings of Joy.
Yes.
And I think that makes me really sad, because like, but also really happy.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Happy, sad.
It's an emotional moment.
Yes, I'm like, oh my God. No, sad to think of that it could have gone very differently. But actually now, like, oh my goodness, like, the person I am, the things that I'm doing, how I present, relationships I have, friends I have.
Yes.
I'd be living a very different, lonely life. So
yes.
I'm eternally grateful for you, my darling.
You have blossomed so much, and it's been such a joy to witness you, on that journey. And and then recently you came to me and was like, I want to get back connected to community. I want to contribute. And you are now a Kings of Joy producer.
I am.
As part of the Kings of Joy producer team, like, making some really cool things happen. So what's that been like?
It's so good. I feel like I'm neurodivergent, and I love to organize things. So it's so good to, like, take that and have an outlet for it. But yeah, no, it's awesome. Like, we've made some really cool things. Like, obviously we've got Boys Night Out, which is a monthly drag king show, and it's hot, it's sexy, it's fun, it's so good.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, it is. You've got to be there to see it. I actually had a friend call me up yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, I haven't seen Boys Night Out yet, and is there another one? Like, can I come?" And I was like, "Yes, 100%. December 19th, be there."
Yes, the Factory Theatre.
That's it, Factory Theatre. It's great. Like, to be able to give back as well, and to be part of that building community and connection is amazing, because I've experienced it myself. Now I get to be part of that for other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so rewarding, isn't it?
Is,
like, giving back.
Yeah.
From something that's, you've grown so much within, and then being able to give back to the community is just, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Amazing. Well, thank you for your contribution, because you've really been a massive contribution in all the events that we've been putting on. I couldn't do it without you all. So I really appreciate you.
Oh, we appreciate you.
Yeah. And, like I said, I'm passionate about like exploring gender and through performance and but really for me, it's about the liberation and the self-expression, people getting unleashed and being empowered in that. And so as the King coach, people often ask me, where do I start? How should I get started? So I do have a resource, a free resource that people can download, which is about creating your drag king name.
Yes.
So claim your drag king name in 4 simple steps. And you can download that at danikalani.com/drag king name. And it'll take you through as well the different archetypes that I've distinguished for your drag king persona.
Nice. Yeah.
And, as a cowboy, I would say you fit into the outlaw persona, like that kind of outlaw or, rebel /rebel kind of persona. Would that fit for you?
Yeah.
As an archetype?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Although I feel like bareback is. I feel like bareback started in the outlaw.
Yeah.
And now, things to come. I feel like it's turning a little bit more Magic Mike. There's a lot of stripping happening. So
Yes.
the cowboy boots are always on. You know.
Well, they're a pain to get off.
Yeah.
kind of
Oh my
thing.
god. Yeah. I don't. You like that's why you make rippable pants. You don't make rippable boots.
No.
The boots stay on. You can keep your boots on.
It's a look. It's a look.
So if you could have a new drag king name, what would it be?
Oh my goodness, a new one.
A new one.
I mean, it took me 6 years to find this one, you know, that was like one that I really resonate with. Dario De Bello.
Yeah.
Dario the Beautiful, you know. I don't know that I would change my name again, but it is important to have a name that you really resonate with, you know. My name's not that punny, you know. I'm not. I wasn't born a funny person, really. Like, I've married a stand-up comedian and I've had partners in the past who are really funny as well, and they've trained me in being funny a bit more. So, you know, I've been blessed to be able to become a little bit funnier. But, yeah, I noticed that my name is pretty serious. It's like Dario De Bello.
Yeah.
Like, and he's the archetype of the lover,
Yes.
you know. And he's, you know, always got new crushes, and he's, like, confused between his head and his heart, like which is which, and, you know.
Is that what we're calling it now? The heart?
The heart.
Yeah.
The crown jewels heart. But yeah, I mean, that's the point, is that it's so fun, and you really truly could create a new drag king name today, you know, and create a persona around that, like write a backstory for him. You know, I've recently discovered that Dario has 6 sisters, all named after ex-girlfriends of mine. So Francesca, Rita, Teresa, etc. There wasn't one called etc. But
I love that.
But it's like, okay, who are his sisters? He's got. It's like Joey and Friends. He's got all those sisters, right? And
yes.
so it's like, yeah. Okay. What are their names? Well, I know what their names are.
Done.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember. I do remember when I did the group performance, my first one, and we go through the process of creating our drag personas. And we had to write a backstory. And I remember telling mine, and I'd really fleshed it out. And you were like, "This is a movie," and I was like, "Yes, Bareback could have a movie." And I remember it was like he was in a biker gang, and then him and one of the other bikers, I think his name was like Angelo or something like that, they had this like gay romance, and they were lovers.
I remember.
And I think Angelo gave Bareback the like a rune necklace or something, and it was like, you know, to remember him. And anyway, they got found out by the gang. And I think they killed Angelo, and then they were coming after me. And so I ran to, I think I was living in a trailer with my dad, and I was like, "Dad, I've got to go." And he was just like, "Get out of here, son, get out." And like, he was like, "But take these boots." And so the boots that I wear, and the reason why I never take them off is because they're the only thing I have left of my dad after I had to run for my life. And that's why I'm on the open road, like town to town, you know, men, women, everyone in between. You know, I'm all for, and that's actually then how my story connected with Daddy Max.
Yes,
because Daddy Mac had opened up a saloon.
That's right.
And I was driving down the road, and I see this saloon, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of half built kind of thing, and I'm good with my hands. So I then helped build this. You know that. Yes, you would know. So you, I helped build this saloon, and then I then ended up like living there. Yeah, I think then Daddy Mac and Bareback become a thing.
Yes,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's all coming back to me. This is so good. Like these backstories that were written, how many years ago now? 3 or 4 years?
3 years, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And that's like all coming back like it was just yesterday. And truly, what a movie that would be.
Honestly. Maybe that's the next project. There you go. A movie. A drag king movie. Maybe that's it. Yes.
Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think of thriving drag king community or scene would look like? And maybe this is part of it.
Maybe it's a drag king movie.
Drag king movie.
I mean, And that actually does lead into, I guess, I think just more visibility. Like,
Okay.
I think we're still quite underground a little bit, and you know, I think so many people don't know what a drag king is still.
Correct.
And I'm like, what? And you know, the amount of people I say I'm a drag king and they're like, a drag queen? I'm like, no, drag king. And look, and to be fair, I understand it's a bit confusing now because I present very masc.
Right.
So they're like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. I understand.
Further masc.
And actually, that's a reason why I also love this community, is because even though I present very masculine, I'm still part of the community, and it's not
100%.
It's not weird that I do drag as a, like, dressing up as a dude. Like, it's it's all good. Like, and I love that. I think, like, booking more kings. I think you know, we've got Boys Night Out, so it's an all kings dedicated show, which is so beautiful to see. Like, the space is just for that, and you know, I think as that builds and builds, hopefully more people will learn what kings are, hire kings. You know, corporates, come on, do your bit, hire a king. And then more visibility on the screen. Why not? You know, it's you just don't really hear it. You don't hear drag kings being spoken about. And I think we're getting there. We're getting close, but it's just consistency. Like, keep pushing, keep going. You know, don't stop. And that's why more people need to join. More people need to do it. We have stages for you. Come, we'll give you a space. Just more. We just need to get in more shows.
Love it. Yeah. I mean, it's so true. The only guaranteed way to fail at something is to stop.
Yeah.
And we're not stopping.
No.
Right. So we're going to keep this momentum going. And continue to build a community and a culture that uplifts people as well. You know, it's about joy, you know, anti-racism, non-toxic masculinity, positive masculinity.
Yes.
You know, gender diversity, and celebrating that. So, they're the foundations. So
100%.
Thank you so much for creating and contributing to this culture that we're, you know, in community that we're building together.
Of course. I feel like it's all everything that Kings of Joy is about is very much aligned with my own values. So it's easy. It's not, you don't have to think about it. It just is. And it's nice because it's like, a break from the world, you know. It's like, this is what it should be. Like, yes, so I think we could teach a lot of people.
Right. Yeah. And inspire.
Yes.
Breathe life into. Yeah.
Bring the joy. This is it. Kings of Joy.
Kings of Joy.
That's what it does. What it says on the tin.
It does. Excellent. Thank you so much, Charlie Bareback, for coming in, and we will grab your hat.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yep. I had to take the hat off because it was, you know, I couldn't, my neck was going to be stiff. And
let's see it on.
We don't like
get
stiff things, but just not stiff.
The full look.
Talking about the boots, of course.
Yeah, that's right. Of course.
There we go. Yes.
Look at you. Amazing.
Although I've got the legs out today, like barebacks in shorts. It's hot. Okay.
Look, we're in Australia. What can we say?
This is it, right? I'm not gonna. No. I'd leave a wet mark on the chair otherwise.
Exactly. You know. Excellent. Well, thanks for keeping the seat hot for the next guest. All right, and we'll see you around the
saloon.
The saloon.
The saloon. Look, save a horse, ride a bareback. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for just being such a joy to work with, be friends with. Like, you're just such a beautiful person. And I honestly am eternally grateful for you being part of my life and the journey that I've been on. I'm honestly so proud to have you in my life. So thank you.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie.
Love you.
Love you. Thanks.
Welcome to the kingdom. Pull up a chair. Real kings, real stories. We go there from debut to crew. The journey we're making. This is Kings of Joy. Here's the crown you're claiming. Welcome to the kingdom. Real kings, real kings. We go there. The journey to the kingdom. This is Kings of Joy. Here's the crown, here's the crown. Welcome to the kingdom. Real kings, real kings. From debut to crew, the journey we're making. This is Kings of Joy. Here's the crown you're claiming.